Hello everyone, this is Megan. You may know me as Akiobujo on Instagram, and if you do follow me on Instagram, then you will definitely recognize this. This is my Hobonichi Mega Weeks, my everyday carry, and my only planning system for 2018. Last year, I exclusively used a Moleskine pocket daily planner, and I loved it, but it needed a few things for me to use it 2 years in a row. So I decided to try out the Hobonichi Mega Weeks for 2018, and I'm loving it. So here for the cover, I have a Kenneth Cole Reaction wallet. It is from TJ Maxx. It was $9.99, and it feels great. It was a nice shade of like a taupe grayish color, and it was cute. But I love purple. I love Harry Potter, so I went to Michael's. I bought some paint that is made specifically for leather and vinyl, and I made it purple, put the Deathly Hallows symbol on it, and really made it my own. So taking a look inside, here we have Sharpie pen in fine, and I've been using this pen for about a month or two now. I had used the Pigma Micron pens for the longest time, but the tips were really getting worn down even when I was rotating the pen as I wrote, and they're expensive, they're hard to find, and I decided to try these Sharpie pens, and I love them, and I don't know if I'll ever leave them at this point. And you can find them anywhere, and they're cheap, so why not? Here we have a watercolor painting that I did of the Deathly Hallows symbol, because I can't stop myself. Here's a picture of my dog Kevin. In here I have some sticky notes from Target, and the cover here, I have the clear cover on my Hobonichi Weeks. And then these are die cuts from A Melancholy Moose. And I actually have a new order on the way from her. She has, they're Harry Potter die cuts, but they're like planner girl themed, and I'm a Ravenclaw. I'm a teacher, and I'm a student. So I love to read, I love to learn, and this is a very bookish, intelligent and planner girl themed kit that she has. So I'm thinking about maybe redoing my cover once I get those. We'll have to see what I end up doing. And down here I have these little charms. They're always flipped around the wrong way. They are from a bracelet that my husband got me, and I wear a lot of sweaters at work as a teacher, and I was getting them caught on my sweaters and ripping them. And I was afraid, A, I'm going to destroy half my wardrobe, and B, I'm going to ruin this awesome bracelet that my husband has spent a lot of time trying to put together. He's very sweet. So I used two of the charms to decorate my planner ribbons. I take my planner with me everywhere, so they're put to good use. And in here, I have used Velcro dots to hold in my planner. These are, like right here, there's a little slot, and I have an extra notebook inserted in there, but it is not tall enough to hold my cover. So I use the dots to hold the planner in just so it doesn't slip out. It's a pretty tight fit, but I can't risk dropping it in the mud or something. I'd be devastated. So, and I have, card slots here if I wanted to use this as a wallet, but I don't. I like to keep something separate. So there's my wallet cover. Here are my weeks. The inside, more pictures of Kevin, one of the little Hobonichi ruler stencils, which I use a lot actually. I have this cute little cutout that is from a cloak and planner on Instagram. I won a giveaway of hers, and she sent me a bunch of awesome stuff, and this was in the little package. And this is another die cut from A Melancholy Moose. Here I have another die cut where I cover up 2017 so I'm not constantly looking at the wrong year. That's a very me thing to do. And this yearly at a glance type thing, I don't really use it. I thought maybe I would track my periods in it, but I forget to do it. I have an app for that. And the boxes are so small, I don't really see myself using it unless I come up with some brilliant idea that just hasn't struck me yet. So that spread's pretty much unused. And here are my monthlies. I don't look at them a whole lot. It's mostly my work schedule. As a teacher, there's vacations, holidays, conference days, parent-teacher conference days, snow days because I live in New York. So I put all of that on here, and I carry some of this information over onto my weeklies, and then I have a lot of weekly tasks and appointments that I then carry over into my dailies, which I'll show you. So yeah, these are my monthlies. They're not really anything special. And then flipping ahead to my weeklies, let's see. They have really evolved over time. I started off just testing out this planner at Christmas time because it wasn't the first of the year, so I figure experiment, try things, see how you feel, because I didn't think I was going to use this planner, honestly. It seemed like a weird shape to me. I was used to this like short, chubby Moleskine daily pocket planner that was like over an inch thick by the time I was done writing in it, and this just seemed weird to me. It looked like a checkbook, and I didn't think I'd have enough room, so I really had to try it out and see how I felt. Started off my year, and I was writing haikus here because I wasn't really doing a whole lot with my weeklies and just painting. So a lot of night skies, galaxies, flowers, something fun to do on Sundays, some me time. I love art, and yeah, I really enjoyed this. I spread for Stephen Hawking. I was so upset when he passed away. Currently reading, currently watching A Bunny Butt for Easter. Just fun stuff. And then it got real. So here in New York, you have to have a master's degree. You have 5 years to get one in order to be considered highly qualified to teach. So you can get a teaching job with your bachelor's. You have all these licensing exams to take, cost a whole lot of money, and then they give you 5 years to get your master's. And if you don't, you're booted out. You lose your teaching license. It's not an option. So I wanted to give it close to a whole year as a teacher, my first year, and see how I felt, get through IEP season, and really, master my job and give my students 100% of myself, and see if I could cut it. So now that I know that I definitely can, I am, busting out the laptop, getting out the textbooks, and starting my master's. So I decided to go for instructional design. And so far I'm loving it. I love it a lot. So here, textbook readings, videos, my husband's work schedule, and I was on spring break. So spring break, I was a busy girl. This was last week. I decided to change things up a little bit, moved my husband's schedule over real small, and put in my tasks that I have to do. They're very day specific, and my appointments. And here's this week. I still have to fill out my weekend. Same thing with my husband's work schedule. So I move things around a lot. That's what I love about the weeks. You can change things so much. And then these cute little tabs I made with my label maker. I absolutely love them. That was recent. That was within the last week. And I'm really, really glad I have tabs now. And then jumping ahead to my dailies. So here's what I'm used to doing. This is what I was doing in my Moleskine last year. I tried this, fitting a whole week in 2 pages, and ugh, I felt cramped. I felt obligated to not waste any space. What if it doesn't fit? All of that. And I would have had a ton of extra pages. This is the Mega Weeks. I was like 212 blank grid pages in the back. So I moved on from that. And here I skipped a page. I wasn't used to how thin the Tomo River paper was. And I skipped a page and just about had a heart attack. So I just went back and threw a painting in there. And then I went back to, this is about the size of the pocket pages. So I just split them 2 days per page, had lots of room, and I continued to do that for the longest time. Flipping through. And this was for Stephen Hawking as well. And then recently, books to read. Recently I decided to go back to running dailies. Let's see. There it is. So I wasn't worried about squishing a whole week, and I was just going to keep the dailies running, as much room as I need for each day. And I like the way this looks at the end of the week, but I feel like I have to squish everything in. Oh, don't mess up, or at the end of the week it's going to look ridiculous. So I moved on, and I decided to move everything over to the left, give myself a little more room, and stop worrying about making a mistake. So I tend to do things in extremes, so I decided to get a little messy. So for this set of running dailies, I'm writing in cursive, which I kind of lapse in and out of complete cursive and then my own little hybrid mix between printing and cursive. And here, I'll bring this up to the camera. It's messy. It's not cute. And I'm fine with that. So I'm going to continue this until both pages are filled. And, I'm going to flip back and forth between this and, the really nice handwriting where I take my time and see how I feel. Because nothing about your planner should cause you anxiety. And I don't know about other people. Maybe people who are anxiety prone tend to find comfort in writing things down. Like, it's like, oh, this is control. I have my life together. If you're one of those people like I am and you already have anxiety problems, you can't let this freak you out. You can't let this be anything other than a way to structure your life and have some time for yourself. And if it becomes something that stresses you out, you should probably change something about the way you're doing things. So this is my extreme approach. Um, and as long as it matches, like I couldn't do this one page and then go back to neat and tidy over here. That would just hurt my brain. So as long as both of these pages are filled up, it doesn't matter that they're messy as long as they match. And I'm gonna see how I feel at the end of all that. I have a whole lot of room left back here. This is a weight loss tracker that I made. Color in a petal for every pound I've lost. And I actually have some coloring to do because I am down 10 pounds. So I have to make some time to do that at some point. And then I have my lipstick spread. I had this in last year's planner, and I use it a lot more than you'd think. A lot of these tubes, the color that's on them is not true to color at all. And yeah, you can rub it on the top of your hand, but the top of my hand is incredibly pale. If my lips were that pale, I'd be dead. So here I can see on a nice creamy page color what they look like in comparison to each other. And I've labeled them ones I really love and wear on a daily basis, sassy ones that I would only wear like on a night out, really timid ones where it's almost like not even worth wearing it. It's so natural looking and faint. And then ones that are just like meh, I don't know, maybe for Halloween or something. Um, I don't even know why I keep the ones that I labeled with a meh, but I have them. So who knows? Maybe my taste will change over time, and what was once meh will now be awesome. Who knows? So yeah, this is my setup, and I hope you all liked this video. I'm probably going to make more in the future. It's something I've been meaning to do for a long time, and now I can cross it off my list. And I would definitely, anyone who's on the fence about getting a Hobonichi Weeks, yeah, the shipping's a lot, but if it's something that you really find your mind going back to over and over again, and you're watching YouTube videos, and you're checking out the Hobonichi Weeks hashtag on Instagram, and you're just like drooling over it, go for it. As long as you can, still pay your bills and do what you have to do, don't sit on the fence for too long. Just try it, because everybody wants to find a system that works really well for them, and there's no point in denying yourself if you really find yourself that interested in it. Um, yeah, so this has been great. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you on Instagram. Bye bye.